morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you comfortable? Are you all right? Okay. We are almost in the last module of the course, and in this part we will have some drill in the pronunciation of some typical English speech sounds, some vowels and some consonants. English is one of those few languages which have a number of vowels, a number of different kinds of consonants, and some of those consonants and some of those vowels are not always very easy for others to pronounce. As a result, sometimes there can be confusion. So, I will today draw your attention to some of these vowels and tell you how we can do them. Maybe you already do them all right. In that case, do not worry. If you do not, then this will be an opportunity for you to learn how to pronounce them right, and then you can do the drill on your own in the hostel or wherever you like. Learning is a continuous process. It is not that you learn something today and then you do not need to learn further. The more, the greater the attention, the better the learning. That is the old axiom. But before I begin, and this kind of drill tends to be boring. It is all right for a few minutes, it is all right for 1 or 2 days, but if you do it for a long time, for many days, it gets to be boring. But then the good thing about drill is that when it comes to skill, learning things physically rather than quote unquote mentally, then drill is a very good thing. It brings it, you get habituated to it. Pronouncing the particular sound in the particular manner becomes a part of your habit. So, to form that habit, drill is important. Okay. But before we go into the drill, I will begin with a little clipping from a movie called My Fair Lady. Actually, My Fair Lady is a movie made on a play called Pygmalion. There has been an Irish playwright, George Bernard Shaw. Have you heard of him? Have you heard of him? Let me write his name. How do you pronounce him? George Bernard Shaw. Okay. A very fascinating personality. You can Google him today when you go back to the hostel and see what kind of a man he was. The only author, the only playwright who said no to the Nobel Prize. Can you believe that? Okay. People lobby, people do all kinds of things. Actually, the then King of England called him, which is very unusual in England. The king does not telephone anyone, you telephone the king. Okay. The king called him on phone and pressured him to accept the Nobel Prize. He said to Bernard Shaw, it would bring us a Nobel Prize in this country. But Shaw was very cheeky and witty. Shaw answered his king. He said, Your Majesty, you will be the only king who can ever say that your subjects can also refuse a Nobel Prize. No other king can say that. And he was allowed to refuse a Nobel Prize. But this man was born very poor, dirt poor, a fatherless family, mother hardly much skill, except that mother was good at music. So, she gave some music lessons to the children of affluent families, made some money and brought her 2 sons up, Shaw, George, George and his brother. And George Bernard Shaw began working as again a music teacher, a music reporter, and slowly he moved into writing plays, and his plays became enormously popular. His plays always made fun of middle class morality, as you will, if you get time over the weekend or sometime during summer vacation, I would like you to watch this entire movie. It's great fun and it also great education. It actually tells you what is education all about. Okay? But I would like you to read more about Shaw, read some of his plays. Before you are 25, I strongly recommend you to read at least one or two of his plays. They are very witty, very entertaining. George Bernard Shaw himself was a very witty person. Read about him, and I am very sure you will thank me for having told me about him. Anyone here who has read anything about by Shaw? Okay, your time is just now beginning. Until about 2 years ago, you were preparing for JEE, and then now in the college you have so many courses. But in the vacation, find time. It does not take long time to read his plays, about 80 pages, 100 pages. A usual ordinary stage play has to be done within 3 hours, and therefore it is of limited duration. And when you read these plays, your English also gets better, your spoken English also gets better, because plays are written for being spoken. Okay. Have you read any play in any language? Have you? Okay. Have you? Okay. Rohan, you come from Bombay, right? Yeah. So one of the greatest playwrights of modern India is from Bombay, and my students in humanities department are staging a play by him tomorrow. Have you got the notice? No. Do you know? Really? Okay. Humanities department students are doing a play by Vijay Tendulkar, not Sachin Tendulkar, Vijay Tendulkar, tomorrow at 5:30 in the CLT. Do come. Okay. There is so much to learn. Your institute is different from all other institutes in this part of the country, not because you have mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, but because you have lot more opportunities for many other things, including Sarang and Shastra, one of these things. Okay. So, let us come and watch the play. I am going to play just a clipping, just about 10 or 12 minutes, how the lead person in this play, the flower girl, we watched her song. Do you remember the song? Anybody who remembers the first line of the song?
All I want is a room somewhere.
Again, together, please.
Far away from the cold
Night air, warm feet, warm
Within
hand,
a
warm
machine.
face.
Oh,
Oh, it be
Okay, we will do it once together, right? Ashwini, do you remember? Aparna, do you remember? Aman, Irfan, Kalpesh, do you remember? Okay. I will say, sorry, pardon me. I will say 1, 2, 3 and we will begin. 1, 2, 3, begin.
All I want is a room somewhere, far away from the cold night air,
With an enormous chair.
Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
Lots of
Chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of heat,
warm days, warm hands, warm feet.
oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
No more? No one here who remembers the entire song? Do you? No? What a pity. Okay. You see, this is how you learn somebody else's language. If you want to learn Marathi, you must not only learn talking in Marathi, you must also learn Marathi songs, music, short stories, plays, it is an entire culture, then you get it. Okay. So, it is the same girl, the flower girl, now undergoing training in speech, acquiring standard pronunciation. Okay? Let us watch it. Okay, come back to the class, please. Slightly exaggerated, it's a bit of fun, but Shaw is making fun of all this business of changing accents, etc., and he says that the difference between classes is nothing but limited to accents. But actually there was a professor at that time known as professor of phonetics in London, Henry Sweet. It's of course a bit exaggerated, the drill should not be painful. You don't need to have marbles in your mouth if you want to do the drill, and it does not have to be at one stretch through the day and through the night. These are all exaggerations. This is how Bernard Shaw makes fun of the English and the English language. Actually, when you read about Shaw, you will see he was not an Englishman, he was an Irish, and Irish were colonized by the British, just as the British colonized India, colonized other parts of Asia and Africa. So they also colonized Ireland, and Shaw never forgave them for that. He always made fun of the British whenever he could. So it is one of those opportunities. But as Buddha said, the truth is somewhere in the middle. It is neither in extreme fasting, go on fasting for 30 days, you don't get God that way. Your attention is always on food. Okay? You are always thinking of food, or you go on eating through the day like BTechs do on IIT campus, eating through the day. You get up and you begin eating, and I see lots of crowds every evening in Gurunath, but nobody in the library ever. So people are constantly eating here. That is also not good. It is somewhere in the middle. Okay. Similarly, with the drill, don't overdo it, but some drill together will help you acquire, help you relearn some of those sounds which we must, and they will also help us slow down. So, what we will do today is, like we did last month, we will do some drill in some of these sounds together. Can you, I will come to the book later. Let us first do this. I will say it first and you will say it next with me. Some English sounds are very long, such as this phonetic symbol stands for E. Your lips must spread. It looks funny, but somebody else's language always looks funny until you get used to it. So, do not worry. Okay? So, this is E. Keep, just say, go on, say it in isolation. Let us see how long can you say it. E. Let your lips spread. Okay, great. Everybody please. Now follow me. Say beach, beam, beast, beat. Go on, look at it. Yeah? Slowly, take pause, catch your, have your breath. Okay, go on. Eat. Don't compromise on the length. Okay, go on, please. Okay, this word should not have been here. It was pronounced greet, in Newton's time. Can anyone tell me when Newton was born and when he lived?
16th century.
17th and 18th. Okay, middle of the 17th to the early decades of the 18th. At that time, educated people in England pronounced G-R-E-A-T as greet. So, Newton was a great scientist. Okay. A British Parliament has two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. House of Commons pronounced it as great, and great, and House of Lords pronounced it as greet. But language changes. You do not speak the same Kannada or Telugu or Hindi or Marathi that your great grandfather spoke every 100 years. Actually it changes constantly, but you notice the difference every 50 or every 100 years. Okay, so it was, but now the content, it is there by mistake, this word G-R-E-A-T. Okay, let's take up the, please can you open on page number 172? If you can take this copy here, one on each bench. Okay, open on page number 172. Okay, actually come to page number 173 and do all the words there. Shall we do them together? Okay, right. Here we go. Please follow me. Did you find the page? Everybody, do you have access to some book, some copy? Right? Seam, seat, sea, seed. Go on, please. Slowly. Slowly, take your time. Yeah. Everybody, please. Okay. Just as Eliza Doolittle had this sentence, the rain in, what was the sentence?
Stays mainly in the plains.
More slowly, and once again, please, everybody.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Yeah, except that it is not the Spain, rain in Spain. Okay, so these things give you practice in context. So, for instance, for this sound E, you can write a sentence like, can you pronounce it aloud? Can you speak?
To beat the heat.
Once again.
Eat well to beat the heat.
Okay, 30 seconds. Can you give me an original sentence using this sound only, using E, giving me practice in E? Give me one sentence individually, please. Right. Give me some sentence which has words with E. Okay. 30. Your time begins now. Okay, just hold on. Okay, I'll write it. Let others also finish. Great. Okay. It's an exercise in imagination. Okay, got it? You have another, I am giving you some more time, another 10 seconds maybe. Okay, right. Let's come back. Doesn't matter if you haven't got it. Okay, it's just trying. I'm trying to draw your attention to the fact that in continuous speech, you can sometimes have words which have very long vowels. Okay, can you give me the sentence once again?
Teach the teens in the street.
Okay, lovely. Anyone else who got any other sentence?
Beat the three thieves.
Okay, beat the three thieves. Okay.
Three thieves stole my sleeve.
Okay, three thieves stole my sleep. Okay, come on. Anyone else? Yes, please.
Meet the meat.
Okay, lovely. Anyone else?
Please lead me to peace.
Please lead me to peace. Take time. You see, English is, as I have been telling you, it's spoken in pause groups. Lovely, the great sentence. Okay, let's go to the next sound. English has lots of long sounds, unlike our languages. Look at this. Are we together? Can we come back, please? Okay. Can you pronounce this sound in isolation? A. It is the same thing. The rain in Spain stays. It is A. In India we have A, but we don't have A. It is both A and E have to be pronounced. Can you just produce that sound in isolation? A. Go on. Do it for 1 minute full. I will time you. Start now. Okay. Hardly 25 seconds. You guys are very weak. Okay, we'll have the same practice once again. Please follow me and then do it on your own. Age.
Age.
Bail.
Bail.
Clay.
Clay.
Drain.
Drain.
Go on.
Eight. Face. Great. Hate. Lake. Mail. Pain. Paste. Play. Rain. Save. Take.
Vague. Watch your lips. Vague. Round your lips. Wait.
Waste. Wait.
Okay, can you open your book on page number 176, please? And let's go to the last half of the list. I will begin it and you will please follow me and go slowly. Vain. Watch your lips coming close to the upper teeth, but don't bite it. Don't say vain. You don't have to do that. Okay? Just say vain. One of the most difficult sounds for us. Okay, we don't have problems with r and l like Japanese have, like Chinese have. Okay, they don't have problems with this. We don't have problems with r and la, but we have problem with this sound, v and w. So try and acquire that. Okay, once again, vain, vague. Can you go on? slowly. Take your time. Yes. Right. Let's look at the next long sound. Once again, this is. Let us try this time and say it for 1 minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Begin in isolation. No cheating. I said, okay. It does help, believe me, Actually, I am going to ask you a very simple question. Which part of your body do you think has strength? Where does your body get strength from? Tell me. Stomach, lungs, where else? Arms? No. You have good what is it called? Biceps or forceps? Biceps. Okay. Do you go to the gym every morning? Okay. You should. You are lucky to be studying at a college which gives you such a wonderful gym. I envy you guys, not for your labs, but for your sports facilities. Okay. I grew up in a village where we played football without boots, even tennis without boots, but we had some tennis there. Okay, right. Where were we? Okay. Let's come back to the word. I'll say it first, and you will say it next. Act.
Act.
Back.
Back.
You see, these sounds are not difficult for us. We have them, but then we don't have them as long as the British have. Okay. And in the international context, when you are talking to somebody who is not as fluent in English as you are, internationally we are among the best speakers of English. Okay. And we are definitely the best writers of English. I have been an examiner for the Cambridge University examinations, and I know that the average Indian score in written English is 7 on 9. But average spoken is 5 on 9. And one reason is, we are in a hurry. We don't say act, we say act. And therefore, your listener is confused. Are you saying act or something else? Okay. So take time. Follow me. Act.
Act.
Back.
Back.
Go on.
Black. Chat. Cram. Dam. Fan. Flash. Gas. Jack. Lab. Map. Plan. Slash. Stand. Tax.
Okay, can you in your book come to page number 179, please? 179. Okay, let's go together. Spasm.
Spasm.
Stamp.
Stamp.
Stand.
Stand.
Tack.
Tag.
Go on.
Tag. 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 Tax. Tag. Track. Tract. Trap.
Take your time. Yeah. Let your lower leg go close. Yeah.
Ward. Walk. Wag. Wax.
Can you give me one sentence each quickly with this sound? Okay. The cat and the vat, okay, ran to get something. Don't worry about the sense. And they, we call them tongue twisters. Don't worry about the sense. I'll give you 30 seconds. Begin now. Give me a sentence.
Trash the wax.
Okay. Make it still longer. It was only 2 words. At least 3 words. Elijah Doolittle had 5 words. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plains. So rain, Spain, main, plain. 4 words. Let's have at least 3.
The cat flashed its black back.
Great. Okay. Another.
Mad Jack packed the cash.
Lovely. Mad Jack packed the cash. Okay.
Rat scratched the cat and the cat thrashed the rat.
Lovely. There is a branch of literature, I wonder if you have heard of it, called nonsense poetry. Have you heard of it? Yes, and very interesting. How many of us have read the book called Alice in the Wonderland? Okay. Do you know who wrote that book? Lewis Carroll. And who was he? He was a mathematics teacher. He was a professor of mathematics in Cambridge. Okay. But he was so bored with mathematics, and he didn't have a family his own. Okay. He was a bachelor, but he had a very good friend who had 2 or 3 daughters, and one of them was called Alice. So for one of the birthdays of Alice, he wrote this book, Alice in the Wonderland. How many of us have not read that book? Raise your hands. Before you come back to this institute in July or August, you must read it. It is one of the greatest books ever written in any language. You will see that in language, sense is important, not all that important. The language means something even without sense. Okay? It's a great book. It's indeed a great book. Okay? So there also he has practice of this kind. Okay, we'll just have 1 or 2 quick things and then we will stop. Are we together? Yes, are you tired, bored already? Yes. We'll finish. Yes or no? No. I want to hear no. No. Okay, I know you may be bored and tired, but please bear with me. Longest sound in any human language. You have to open your jaw fully like a crocodile. Don't say just open your jaw as much as you can. Okay, and then slowly close it as I do, saying that is this sound. Okay, and English has lots of words of basic frequency, everyday occurring words with this kind of sound. That is why I have been telling you from day 1, if you have to learn one thing on this course, please learn to speak slowly. You will have no problem being understood anywhere by anyone. So let's do some of these words slowly. I'll say it first, you will say it next. Art, aunt, bark, go on.
Calf, child, card, fast, hard, heart, palm, past, scarf, star, task, vast, yarn.
Okay. Can you come to page number 180, please? Okay. The first word on the page, what is that? It's not clerk, it is clerk. Do you see? And we say clerk. We can say clerk, but make it long. Say clerk. Better say Clark. Can you say all those words? Please begin there.
Card, chance, charge, chart, dance, dart, dart, far, far.
Okay, just one, another. English has, if we also have a and a, but English has something in between a and a. They have whenever their word has a vowel followed by a r sound, such as this. Can you pronounce it? Make it long. Yeah.
Bird, church, dirt, earth, girl, curd, hurt, nurse, purse, shirt, surf, third,
Go slow.
verb, word, verse.
Okay, what we will do is, you have the book. If you feel motivated, do the practice on your own. Thank you. Okay, have a good day.